So happy to see everyone here and happy to have this amazing discussion with my friends. Guys, would you like to introduce yourself? Donald, can you go first?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for the opportunity and to be here. I'm a creative director, photographer, web designer and communication specialist at Coeval magazine and Coeval studio, which is this online platform and digital magazine based on art, fashion, photography and music in a really experimental and avant-garde way. And we're trying to create this bridge that is not like existing between Web3 and fashion. And yeah, through different experiences, AR, and different also mediums such as AI and metaverses.
Thank you, Donald. And it's a pleasure to know you personally. Zarina, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. My name is Zarina. I'm a founder and creative director of Izy Studio. It's a digital fashion brand. We are open from 2015 as a fashion brand. And 2.5 years ago, we opened a digital direction. So we create 3D clothes, AR. We are presented in many metaverses. We have our wearables on different platforms. And basically, we are one of the pioneers of digital fashion. And we work with companies to provide services, but also with direct to customer.
And thank you very much. Americo?
Hello, everyone. My name is Americo. I'm the director of 3M Models, which is a worldwide modeling agency. And I'm also the CEO of WOW Labs, which is a company that basically tokenize physical items through IoT devices and blockchain. Our aim is basically to provide this technology for everyone and to merge the gap between Web2. So yeah, that's it pretty much.
Thank you very much. Actually, the first question is for you. And also I had to really explore different use cases you are actually working on right now. And if you are able to, can you please share with us how fashion brands or even like independent designers or artists can leverage blockchain technology to increase maybe loyalty, to work with their customers or direct followers and create maybe digital experiences?
Yeah, sure. Well, the solution we built is to provide the creators an easy way to tokenize the physical item, which it could be a fashion garment or it could be just a piece of art. And through our technology, thanks to the IoT devices and the blockchain, they can just create a digital twin and mint the NFT, which is linked to the physical object in this case. Moreover, providing a certificate of authenticity and also a certificate of ownership, which in this case it's the NFT. We're trying to basically make this technology available for everyone, so for small creators or also for enterprises and for fashion brands. And obviously they can leverage with technology because with just a small investment they can give so much more to their physical object. So basically, yeah, I believe it's going to be a technology that will be widely used in the near future. We already have many fashion brands utilizing this technology. Prada is one of those, and Dior as well, and I'm sure many more will come. So yeah.
So do you think that blockchain-based loyalty programs is like the future for fashion brands?
I do believe that fashion brands will use more and more the blockchain, will leverage the blockchain. It's becoming really easy to implement such a technology, and I believe that every luxury objects in the near future will be tokenized. So for sure, brands will be the first one to implement this technology. And as I said before, I see it coming. It's just like this is the beginning of everything, and actually it's very exciting to be part of it and to provide this technology. Yeah.
Yeah, could not agree more. Guys, if you have some comments, you of course can go next and add some additional value to that. But Izy, I know that with Izy Studios you are working a lot with AR, and generally you build a lot of AR experiences. Would you be so kind to tell us how, in general, AR can enhance the customer experience or generally a customer journey? And maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the experience you have made these days here.
Yeah, sure. So I will start from the second point. We are exhibiting our AR mirror and our last collection, which calls Impulse. We created so far 2 collections. So we're creating 1 collection every year with AR. And the first collection was wearable type of clothes. So with the second collection, we decided to go beyond the physical properties, and we created something what is not possible to reproduce in real life. So we are kind of showing all the possibilities of digital fashion. And actually, we are also exhibiting our physical clothes here with the company of Americo. So we are representing some of our garments physically, which has the NFC chip, and you can mint it, and you will have the ownership of physical and digital item versions of the item. And with AR, we're experimenting a lot. And the easiest way to explain which utility it provides, I think it's better to start to dream about it and see the world in the future, how your experience with fashion will look like. So in our opinion, when we will have AR glasses, we will be able to see AR clothes of each other, and as normal clothes, those clothes will tell basically about yourself. It will be show like to which community you belong, which kind of person you are, and maybe you will have kind of a message. You will be wearing a message provider. So, for example, at conferences, you will usually see T-shirts from different NFT projects like Bored Apes, or we have T-shirts of ETHMilan. And actually, this is providing a signal to somebody who is at least aware of these communities or are also taking a part. So it will be for you one of the point of connections. With AR clothes, you can do basically the same. And for each event or each company, we can create their digital version of the merch. So users will be able to make content, make pictures using virtual clothes instead of physical, which will actually have a significant impact on the environment and sustainability. And we are actually a very green company, and we've been working with brands like Tommy Hilfiger on some sustainable, innovative projects. And the other thing which you can do with AR is basically, if you have a store, you could install AR mirror at your vitrina, and people who are passing by your store will be able to try on instantly your clothes on themselves, which will encourage them to come and try there physically or to purchase them. Otherwise, you also can implement these technologies to your website, on your e-commerce, and people can shop and try on clothes through their computers or mobile phones, and it already proved that it is decreasing the returns by 31%. So it's like pretty significant, because the #1 problem in e-commerce for now is that the amount of returns is actually super significant. It is almost over a half of the products which are sold, they are returning back to the stores and warehouses.
I heard that the most returned item is a bag, because people get wrong the dimensions of the bag. So AR can really help on that, because you can position bag anywhere close to your phone and things like that. Thank you very much for the reply. Actually, I got another question for you listening to your talk. Do you believe in the concept of zero inventory in general? Or guys, what do you think about this? Is when you come to the store and you have only the AR mirror and you can try on the clothes without having an actual inventory there.
Yeah, I think it is what we will have in the future, because it will actually be very cost effective. So for the brand, it's not necessary anymore to have a store, which is actually or have to be owned, or usually you pay a lot of very high expenses for rent, especially if you want to be in the center. But with AR solutions, your store can basically fit to 1 square meter, and you can showcase all your collection there, and people have less friction to try them on. So yes, I guess this is the future.
Yeah, I totally agree. Clothes, which don't exist in real life, right? They don't.
Some of them do. Yeah, some
Okay.
of them do.
Donald, next question is for you. I know at Coeval magazine you work a lot with AI, but also you personally work a lot with AI. Will you be that kind to share with us successful marketing campaigns made with AI, or just generally your personal experience on that?
Yeah, so AI is being so far a really great tool for me to experiment because my background is fashion photography. So starting from there, I can be able to generate and to create visuals with describing them. Sorry about that. So yeah, sorry about that. So I was saying, yeah, I'm able to experiment with AI because my background is fashion photography. So for me, it's really easy to be able to describe a picture starting from my background, which is photography, but at the same time, you also have to be careful of the styling, the location, casting, because you become in a certain way also like a casting director when it comes to describing exactly what you want from a fashion photography picture and everything else, which it also like involve some references that are important to give the good tone of voice to the image that you want. So starting from that, I experienced a lot of different visuals as a portfolio, and then now I'm having brands that are calling me to do these kind of jobs connected to editorials and both also campaigns and commercials only with AI, or if it's not only AI, also integrating AI to my physical images that I also shoot. So you have two types basically of the way that I work. The first one is integrating AI with something that it's already made. So some, I don't know, let's say like some pictures as a lookbook with a white background or a green screen. And then on the top of it, you can add like a background or you can add like different things. And then the other one is creating from scratch an image. So that way you have to use machine learning for the AI to learn from that collection, for example, and then you can integrate it very well into the everything else, which is like light, background, location, and everything. So these are the two main ways that I'm working. And I work with brands such as Vibram, Puma, different campaigns showcasing these kind of AI works.
Yeah, in Amsterdam, I heard that at your panel that you work closely with different brands. Will you be able to share one story? How did it all started and how did it finish at the end?
Yeah, for example, like one that was really interesting, it's Vibram, because for them, they're like leading the soles of shoes and sneakers, in the sneakers market and in the shoes market. So they really wanted to jump into something new connected with innovation and marketing. So the idea was to have 3 different stories, 3 different ideas and backgrounds to use for their own soles. So the idea is like to integrate both photography with AI. So in the first case, we shot the soles and the shoes in a studio to have the product itself ready. And then after we integrated them with 3 different mood boards images as a background. And then the idea was to connect very well the lighting, from both the studio pictures and that. So it was a pre-work in terms of like understanding what kind of visuals we wanted to give and then what kind of angulation we wanted to give to the pictures. And then based on them, we were able to connect them very well together. So that was the final campaign.
Yeah, it's not easy to work with AI. For me personally, of course, I use it every day, but not from I don't have a photographer eye. Of course, I'm creative director, but when you create an image, you have to know also about the camera which you are using, the lighting, where it has to be, and all the rest which you have mentioned before. So it's not really easy. I don't know if somebody else wants to participate in this, but have you heard about Coperni last campaign made in AI?
Yeah, sure. I saw that. I mean, I find it really interesting to see brands are finally jumping into these innovation. Coperni, for example, it's a brand that is working a lot with robotics, metaverses, AI, and all of the Web3 part, which is amazing, I think. And they're doing great with that because they're communicating the brand in a really different way, and they're really able to connect these 2 words, which is like innovation and fashion, that most of the time it's really old school, and yeah, you have always the same kind of communication, behind the campaigns and the projects.
Yeah, for me it was quite shocking actually to see that Coperni is doing AI marketing campaign, and it's incredible actually.
Yeah, also other brands that are using it. It's like Casablanca. They also did like a really nice campaign using AI, as well as Vaquera. It's another brand. So yeah, more and more brands.
Balenciaga, they did this viral video, and actually it generated for them a lot of sales, which was basically created as a joke. I'm not sure if it was created by Balenciaga themselves or it was just their fan who experimented with the video, and basically it was one of the most viral videos and one of the first ones about fashion in AI.
Yeah. Sorry, you said Avava? There, I think a lot of people try to combine more and more AI with products, so that was the first starting point for all the campaigns made this way. Yeah.
Yeah, also recent collaboration between Adidas and Moncler, where they did certain animations with AI, and I think it's it's completely new way of looking at the same collection like which you produced to see completely other eye on that collection.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's an amazing tool that is advancing very quickly, and then everyone is able to understand it perfectly now. So, like to see brands like that are really, jumping quite quickly and easily into this kind of technology, it's amazing because you can really see that it's like everyday, task and skill that you have to have. And it's also like important to also tell that people must be not afraid about this and the new technology evolution, because it's like just a new way of working, like we did with photography, like photography, for example, didn't kill art. It's just a new way of exploring different compositions, So that's the same with AI. It's just like another new tool for you to process everything quickly somehow, and then at the same time also it's just like you can focus on different things, and it saves a lot of energy and budget into productions, which is really important. That's why a lot of brands are doing this.
Yeah, AI generally is like, it's an enormous topic, I think, as any other topic as blockchain or, for example, AR, and we could speak about it, I think, for more than an hour. Yeah. And since we have spoken about like blockchain, AR, and AI and different technologies, I wanted to ask all of you, what do you think is most successful use case of the fashion brand leveraging blockchain technology or any other new digital tools? So, Americo, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it actually. Well, there are a few that we can consider. Definitely, the AI had a huge impact, I would say, and now the brands are realizing the potential, and they're going, I remember a few years ago when they started already doing shows. I think, I don't know which one is actually, the one that had the most impact, but I can only think of, a step towards basically the mass adoption, slowly with all the technologies that you mentioned. I think we're all working together to reach the same target, obviously, and it is coming. It's not going at full speed, I can say, because the brands have been very approaching this topic with caution, also because we had the COVID and everyone was trying to save on budget and so on. But at the same time, maybe this technology is also helping them, like maybe with the AI, they could cut some of the cost, that they would usually have. So yeah, I'm not sure which is, the one that had most success, but I can only see that basically many of those are moving in that direction.
Yeah, it's an effort of all of us
Exactly.
here, and thanks, there is a ETHMilan, which is going to be every year, so let's see how fashion brands here is going to react to that, and we will see next year what kind of developments we are going to experience here. Zarina, would you like to share your opinion?
Yeah, like I will say first the biggest campaigns, which actually included digital fashion features. I start to remember Dolce & Gabbana because they were the pioneers, one of few luxury brands who actually stepped very early to this stage, and actually they are doing a very good work because the head of their Web3 team is a guy who is very involved into the community and really has the mindset of a Web3 person. And they did many campaigns in different metaverses and on social media. And they also were releasing NFT collections, which were sold very successfully. And I guess one of the most expensive digital fashion NFTs were also produced by them. It is the Crown, which is now owned by one fashion DAO. And after that, fashion brands start to look deeper into NFT a few years ago and start to experiment as well. And I think they brought a big wave to this sphere because basically brands were attracted by, I guess, amounts of money which are flying in the environment. And after, I will remember about Balenciaga, who did the first brand who did the metaverse campaign because they created their collection in Unreal Engine and they created the whole movie in Unreal Engine and they published it. And Balenciaga usually do, they step into something new the first, and after they do just one product and they like leave the stage. So it's it was very loud. After, I will also remember during the COVID, GQ and Gucci did let's say collaboration. Basically, Gucci showcased their items on the cover of the magazine, and at that time it was not possible to ship items to to the shooting location. So they recreated all these items in 3D, and they put it on the celebrity on the cover in the way that nobody even understood that it is a non-existing item, that it is a digital replica, let's say. So these use cases, I think they were the loudest, like a couple of years ago.
Yes, they set up the norm and the standard for everybody else. And Donald, in your opinion?
Yeah, so I liked a lot as NFT projects. There was, for example, like Artifact that did the collaboration with Nike. I mean, that's an old one, but I love it because they did this also avatars, connected to the brand. And there was also one of the first options that you could be able to integrate also AR with the colors and the shapes of the shoes, right? So you'd had like an application that you could choose exactly the colors and customize exactly, the physical product with this digital experience. So that was one of my favorite. And then also when it comes to NFTs, also I liked a lot the Adidas also drop that they did about the collaboration with G-Money and CryptoPunks. That was also really interesting first approach. It was during COVID of Web3 and blockchain technology. And then, well, recently also Roblox is amazing because, for example, Tommy Hilfiger and brands like that, they have a really good presence there and you can be able to buy their own goods and their own products there as well.
Yeah, I think Tommy Hilfiger is like a really strong brand in metaverses, and they push really a lot this kind of strategy. But I find it very frustrating that I can buy only a digital asset, and it's not connected to the physical item. I think we are still humans, and we need something like digital. I want the same trousers in the metaverse. I want to dress how I dress in the real world. Of course, sometimes I don't want, but most of the times I want to look exactly the same. So yeah, I think Tommy Hilfiger in general does a lot of job in that. In my opinion, I think Diesel is one of the best examples. Also because I think we all have been at the Diesel fashion show, and they dropped around, I think, if I'm not wrong, it was 500 NFTs which you could purchase and get different utilities, and one of them was attending the fashion show. And I think that's really great to increase brand loyalty, and if I really love Diesel, I really want to attend the fashion show. And I think we had 7,000 people there in the fashion show in general. So they're doing a really great strategy to connect more to the brands. And for example, if you think about Diesel 2 years ago, nobody wanted to buy Diesel, but right now they use completely different.
Well, they also have the creative director, new guy. So yeah.
Yes, but also like they did, it's not only about the metaverse experiences, obviously they did a lot of work behind, but now it's a very strong brand which is leveraging NFT technology and generally blockchain technology in a good way.
That's cool that we are giving actually the examples where there are different brands who are actually experimenting in Web3, digital fashion with blockchains. Some of them they are more successful, some of them they are less successful, but the brands which we are normally mentioning most frequently are those brands where the head of the Web3 team is a person who is deeply involved into the Web3 community. So the Diesel is following all the wave because there is the guy who actually created the Decave brand first and tried out everything what was possible with the blockchain, NFTs, AI, and everything. And after, I think, studying these use cases and his own experience, they are integrating it into Diesel brand very successfully. And Dolce & Gabbana, as we already mentioned. And yeah, I think this is the key factor to have somebody very native inside the team to make it really go as it should go.
Yeah, so this let me think about the worst case scenario, guys. Do you have any unsuccessful stories, and would you like to share it with us?
But yeah, what you said, it's interesting, and I'm gonna connect to Artifact because like being a part of the community, it's very important in Web3 because basically you're part of these team of innovators that keeps evolving day after day. And connecting with the Artifact, it's funny because when Artifact was an independent company, was really strong and successful. When the Nike acquired them, all the people supporting Artifact went crazy because it was a huge win for everyone, you know, like Nike, come on, like who doesn't know Nike? Like, and basically, yeah, they acquired Artifact and then they took ownership and they did things, I believe at the beginning with the support of Artifact, but with the time, the heads of Nike got control of it. And the majority of the community has been complaining because they haven't been as successful as before. So this is a very interesting case, which, you know, it makes you think. So it's like, are these independent companies like successful because, you know, they leave the Web3, or is it better for them to be acquired by a big company? But seems like the key for success in our case is actually to be part of the community and keep evolving, even doing mistakes, but like, you know, keep being part of it. So yeah.
Yeah, mistakes are, I think we all experience mistakes and it's totally fine to have them, but important is to keep learning from them and keep asking your community what they want, which changes they want. And thank you so much for sharing this. I think it's a very important note whenever you want to build in Web3. Izy, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I have one example, but it's not from the fashion environment. But generally, there is a big company, Telepass. They actually are producing these small items which let you to pay contactless when you're passing on the road. You're passing the yeah, exactly. So they actually launched their NFT collection. It was comparably big, but they didn't sell it well. Actually, they sold less than I think 40 or 30%. So it means that there are a lot of companies who are interested in this field, but they are not really getting inside of it and not understanding the language. So I think luxury brands, they know, they understand this. That's why we can see that many brands are creating their NFT drops and digital fashion pieces in a smaller communities. So they're not officially spreading the word about it. They are not doing public campaigns. But for people who are very interested in digital fashion and NFTs, they will kind of know about it through ambassadors, through influencers, in different through the community, basically. But yes, from luxury brands, it's difficult to catch the unsuccessful one because it's pretty much hidden.
Yeah, for me it was shocking to see that Louis Vuitton shared their Discord online and everybody could like just see their Discord. It's very unnormal for luxury brands sharing this kind of information. And I think it went really viral. Like I saw everybody reposting this. Donald, you wanted to add your opinion?
Are you sure that was a mistake?
No, I don't think it was a mistake.
Yeah,
For me, it was just like a shocking information to see. Like all my Instagram was just in that. Also Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really good also to increase your number of, community there. So maybe that's why probably they did, because they had something going on,
Exactly.
So
that means that they truly believe in Web3, and it means that they believe in their own strategy.
Yeah.
So they want to announce it to the whole world. Normally, they do it like luxury fashion brands do it somewhere hidden, as just exactly as Zarina said.
Yeah. Yeah, and then talking about like unsuccessful projects, I think, for example, there are brands that are selling a lot there in the metaverse, like Tommy, for example, we said, or even Gucci, in Zepeto, or different kind of, even smaller metaverses, but they're really good when it comes to community and audience there. But at the same time, I think most of the brands are using this kind of Web3 technology now to just also make their communication say to the audience that they're in that level to experiment with Web3. So they're there to be ready to jump into this kind of new technology. So most of the time, it's not something to bring them revenues, but it's more about like the hype that they can create.
Marketing.
And the marketing side, exactly. So most of the time, we have these kind of, showcases in terms of brands that are doing these kind of things because they really believe in this, but at the same time, they don't have probably like a strong strategy behind this, or a really like good, base when it comes to connecting very well the digital and physical. So most of the time it's just like marketing, communication that helps them a lot in terms of PR.
Yeah, I think it was like this before, but in recent times, since all the NFT hype is really down, and more and more brands understand that, okay, we need something from these campaigns. Like it cannot be only about marketing all the time. There has to be something like valuable out of that. And in the case of one of my clients, we created like a funnel for the brand. So you create an AR experience, then they click something in the AR experience, they are going to e-commerce, and then through e-commerce they can purchase a bag or whatever, a cloth, a cap, or any accessory. So you create a funnel for the customers and maybe build more engagement with them. So then at a certain moment you can generate a sale.
Exactly. So to have a stronger strategy for them to be able to execute everything properly.
Yeah, so I think we have spoken about a lot of different things, but what are your predictions for the future in terms of trends in Web3 fashion?
Who is going to start?
I don't know. Well,
I wanted to let a lady first, but
yeah,
okay.
You want to go, Zarina? No, I mean, I was pretty clear, and we spent 2 years developing the technology that we provide, and I believe that every fashion brands in the near future will basically link the physical item with the digital twin, which is going to be the NFT, and that NFT will also be the wearable for the metaverse, most probably, because as you said before, I don't see a future where I'm going to buy a pair of shoes that cost a lot, and it's just a physical item. Because then I want to go to the metaverse and I want to also have a cool pair of shoes. So why would I pay twice for the same item? And I believe that through the tokenization, through digitals, this problem will be solved. And I think it's natural. Like we've seen it also, I was thinking about it, Aura built a blockchain, LVMH, it's like a powerhouse, like who doesn't know them, and the Prada is using this technology. I think they are just the first movers, and slowly everyone will do it. It's just natural. It's like the evolution of fashion, I would say.
Yeah, I totally agree. Also, I would add authentication maybe for every item. So I think you were also kind of referring to that through Aura. Izy?
Yeah, I think that since we are all in the certain direction of digital fashion, everybody are hyped about what they do. So I really believe in AR, and I start to believe in it since the first time I saw, and I got really fascinated about it. Those times metaverses were on the top hype stage, but I was not really seeing the future in the metaverse. It can be additional platform for you, but non-gamers will never change their character and start to play. But AR, I think, is actually very accessible for wider audience, and it can give you a lot of utilities. So I really believe that AR is going to become a trend, and now more and more companies are, upgrading their softwares, because AR is not that developed as metaverses in terms of technologies, because they are very complex. But whenever they will become accessible and they will have a certain quality, all the fashion brands will implement it, because everybody are waiting for basically developers to work harder, on the visuals. But Instagram already applied body tracking, so if you follow some fashion brands on Instagram, they will give you filters, so you can purchase the physical good, and after with the filter can recognize some patterns on your t-shirts, let's say, and with the t-shirt you will have some objects around you flying or making flashes or sparkles, and it's much more attractive in social media. And I guess a lot of bloggers, influencers, they are using it, and I think that with influencers digital fashion can be even better utility, because if you are an influencer, you have your audience, whether it's on social media or you have your community built on Discord or somewhere, you can have your fashion piece, which is exclusively owned by you, and after you can give it only to your community. And when your community will be using it and wearing it, it will actually show your power of influence. So I think there are so many strategies which we didn't see yet, but I definitely think that it can get viral, and it can become a trend.
So you consider AR more as marketing activity, or as an activity or a strategy to generate sales?
It can generate sales, but we usually, for now, use AR and sell it on a much more accessible pricing, because people are not yet used to own something digital and pay for it. So the prices are very democratic for now. But I'm sure that at a certain level, you will have a few items in your digital wardrobe which will be haute couture. They will be very complex and beautiful, and I think they will have the same value as any art object, which is usually highly priced.
Thank you so much for your reply, Donald.
Yeah, so
it's AI.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is going to happen in the future about how we live it with technology, is that everything will be much more digital. What I'm saying is that basically everything that we are experiencing right now in terms of content, it's two-dimensional, right? With Instagram, for example, that we use a lot, it's really bi-dimensional. But what is happening is like this will explode into three-dimensional metaverse space, where you could be able to have your own avatar and dress it as you want, and then be able to have experiences with it. So it's going to be everything in once, like AR experiences would be still with our phones, but it would be mainly AR. And then when it comes to having the social experience, then it will be all in the virtual experience. So it will be like a metaverse space. And then when it becomes to visuals and videos, then everything also will be connected with AI, because photography and video will be more and more integrated into technology.
So are you speaking more about spatial computing, or like lenses in the eyes, which we're going to have in the future, or something like that?
Well, so when it comes to the metaverse, the limit that we have now is the hardware, because we're working on making it better and better day by day. So, for example, now we have the Oculus, the Quest 2, we have the Quest Pro, and then we have the Apple one. I think we'll arrive in a point where we're going to be able to wear it and have it every day, when it will be much lighter and much accessible to everyone. Because also the price range is quite high now. So when it's going to be like another price range, and then also like something really light as glasses that you can be able to wear every day, then there you can have both metaverse and AR integrated into the daily life that you do. But and then of course the next evolution after the glasses will be the contact lenses. So that's going to be much easier and better, of course, for everyone. And then, after that is going to be the chip. So there will be almost cyborgs, So, that's the evolution, basically, that we're going ahead
in 100 years.
Well, let's see how long it's going to take. But, at least.
So, guys, if anybody has questions, you can directly ask the guys right after the talk. And you can come to visit the booth of World of We, as well as to see Zarina's mirror, and just to speak to Donald, because he's a really cool guy. And that's all. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.